Welcome back from the break. Now, being a CEO sometimes, yes, it is about making money, but sometimes it's also about impacting your community. Now, we have a gentleman here today with us who has, against all odds, made it out of his community, and not only that, he's also come back and helped his community. So let's take a look at his profile.
Them boy call echo. Them a set the pace, make the youth them a follow. It's no go low. It's a new one, them just a call to collision. And I want me love it, so make a Ghanaian girl love sing this song.
Hi everybody, my name is Armah and I grew up in Kanishi. Kanishi happens to be one of the toughest areas where you can live in. Some of my mates are now smoking, others are drinking, others are in jail. But I managed to make it out of this place. You can do the same. Today I'm the host of Africa Talks radio show on Vibe 91.9 FM. I've been an assistant human resource and marketing manager of Wangara Hotel. I worked as a library assistant at Ghana International School. I'm now the founder of Community Development Fund, amongst others. I believe that I have a story, you have a story, we can all share in that story and move our nation forward. Ivory Coast, the way forward for Ivory Coast, and how best to resolve that issue. We also look at Sudan, and how best. We're back at Vibe 91.9 FM, where I host my Africa Talks radio show here, and I believe that this is a radio show that looks at issues confronting the continent of Africa, whilst we find lasting solutions to them and recommend them to governments, to the relevant bodies for them to deal with it. It's a passion that I have, that I want to see Africa unite. So, like Kwame Nkrumah, who had the talking drum to help move his independence agenda forward, I have this radio show to help me consolidate my efforts in terms of uniting Africa, and I believe that it will happen in my lifetime. If not championed by me, others will follow in the same step that I've done. So this is what I do on a normal basis. I start, it's every Saturday 12 to 1 p.m. on Vibe 91.9 FM, where I bring in ministers, people relevant to the issue that I want to discuss on my show, and that is one feed that I, and as an individual, appreciate in terms of doing as a person. And I believe that you listening to me right now can also follow. It's just about a dream, okay, that you can do. So you doing it. Be bold. Remember to be bold, and then fight for what you believe in, and go out there and achieve it.
Oh, look at you, look at you. Like, that was really interesting. But what really struck me there was the fact that a lot of your friends, you were saying, that are now in jail. Some of them are smokers, drinkers. How did you make it out of that?
I guess it had to do with having the passion and that idea that can move you forward. I believe that it was about looking around and adding value to myself as a person. You live in a community where there are learned people in the society, but then there are people who do not relate that education that you had to themselves. So you realize that there was some kind of disconnect between the people living in the society and what's happening in the society. So people not going to school, people not having money to even pay for school fees, or have that business in life. So I thought that, okay, fine. If this is what is happening in my community, I can make a difference, and that's what I did. I went out there and I made sure that I had something to myself. Yeah. It started with my school as an assistant boys prefect, SRC president.
Where did you go to school?
SD Senior Secondary School.
Okay.
Which I started from Sudan, Tunis. Then I moved on to SD Senior Secondary School. And I was the first person to do the school magazine. I did it single-handedly. So that was when Concept One came in, and Concept One and said, I have something, so they want to work with me, and it started.
Yeah, so you found your way out of there. You went to school. I guess you paid attention.
Yeah.
You studied hard in school to get out there and then take it to the next level, to university. Yeah. Where did you go to university?
Well, I started with Zenith University College, where I was doing business administration.
Okay.
But I'm now doing law at the University of London.
Wow. And a long distance sort of learning,
Yes,
right?
external.
Okay. Yeah. So then you seem like an all-rounder. You do almost everything. You know, you're a presenter on Vibe FM. You, not only that, you're also doing other community work and all that. Can you tell me, how is it like being, is it stressful, like doing all of these things? Is it advisable?
Well, it's about stress. It's about what you want to do in life and what you want to see, what you want to see happen in the community. I believe that it's about helping society as a whole. Ghana and for that matter Africa has reached a point where we begin to take our place rightfully in this world. So that's what I set out to do. I felt that I could add something to doing in this country. The Africa Talks radio program is a program that looks at issues confronting Africa. Like I said, it's about championing the cause of African unity. That is what the program is about. So that's what is the first program in Ghana that is running here. and I happen to be the host of it, which I'm proud of because it's my idea that I started with. The Community Development Fund is one that actually looks at helping communities, households for that matter. It looks at investing short-term, medium securities like treasury bills, and then it helps people move forward so that people can pay fees, so people can send their water to school.
We'll get more into detail with that one, definitely, Lisa. I want to first also talk to you about the conference that you went to, United Nations conference, that you represented Malaysia with. How exactly did that go, and your representation of Ghana there? Can you just describe that to us?
Well, it was great. Basically started here where I won the most eloquent and best position paper award in the UN conference that happened here, and I got to represent Ghana in Malaysia. And when I went there, it was great. People actually congratulated me for trying to build consensus. I was the first delegate to be there, so I had opportunity to train with officials, and I met Mr. Kitaka Kasaka, UN and the Secretary General for Public Information and Communication, Chief UNDPI, Ivona Costa. That's where it all started from. So during the conference, I thought that, okay, I'm from Africa. The people there mostly were from other regions, other parts of the world. So why not add something to it? Why not do something? So that's when I started. I put the ideas forward. People were throwing them by into that idea. And that's that. All I saw was there was the 2 TV stations outside. They came inside and were like, we want to interview this guy, want to interview this guy. And then they came in and like, you're doing great. People are depending on you for us to move this conference forward and come up with a resolution that is impacting on everybody and will be incumbent on us to implement. So they interviewed. And then during the plenary session, which happens to be the heads of state, I was the head of state for my delegation, Guinean delegation.
Guinean?
Yes, delegation. I represented Guinea-Bissau. So that's when there was this newspaper, the Malaysian newspaper, Cosmos, came in and they said, we have to get you. So they came in, they did some interview, asked me what I was doing.
So was it based on the resolutions and stuff that you came up with?
Yes, it was based on the ideas that I put forward. Basically, even on Facebook now, people will tell me that, John, we want to hear you speak again. We believe you. We believe that you can move Africa forward because of the ideas that you put forward.
Give me one example of one idea that you brought forward, because I want to hear it now.
Like,
why was everyone coming to you? Tell me.
Well, it was because of the sense that I was bringing out, the knowledge. For example, we were looking at, if we should look at global financial crisis, okay, how then do we look at solving global financial crisis? It's simple. Okay, start with empowerment of household. That's what the Community Development Fund is about. So empower one person in the community, in the household, to move forward, and then it will be replicating effect. It will be there will be a replicating effect.
Who empowers those people though? Like,
it's about letting them understand that, for example, tell that person that you need to invest.
It's all our responsibility to let the individual household understand.
Yeah, let one person understand.
In the household.
And let teach that person to transform and tell another person.
Yes. I guess that's something that happened to you.
Yes.
That's why you can actually preach what you're saying.
Certainly.
Now, can you tell me exactly with your community development fund?
Okay.
How exactly? What is that all about?
Okay, the Community Development Fund is a fund that looks at empowering household communities for that matter. So what we do is it's about a CD, a week or a day. First of all, it's a pool. So every household, which is made up of about 4 people in a household, contribute about a CD, just that, a CD, or more, depending on what income you're getting. So what we do is collect into a pool and invest it into short-term, medium securities like treasury bill. Now, the return on investment is what we share out. Now, you can borrow more than the principal amount you've given us, or you can borrow or within the limit of that amount that you've given. So what we do is you give us money based on what you want to do. If you want to pay school fees, we'll help you pay. We'll pay the fees for you directly. We don't want you to get the money and then misuse it. So we'll pay the fees for you to enable your child to go to school. And if you want to start a business, there are people there. We have Herbert Adu, who is the head of asset and vehicle management at Stanbic Bank. These are people who help you come up with a business plan, and then we can help you develop that plan and start a business on your own. So in the end, it's the community that is developing, but then it contributes into the quota for national development.
Yeah. Well, that's really great. Now, I did talk to a cousin of yours briefly before when I came around the community Kaneshi.
Yeah.
Can we just take a look at what your cousin had to say?
Hi, Johnny Armah is my cousin, and I'm really proud of him for what he has done for the community. I just want to thank him for bringing the youth together to work on the development fund. Actually, when he started the whole thing, we were all telling him to just find somewhere else and sit, or you just say it's not gonna work, so you should just turn to another staff. But with his determination and passion for the fund, he knows he can really work with it. He told us to go on. Even if with one person, he's going to help the whole Kaneshi community to grow and develop in so many ways. He helped so many people. We came around later and we all gathered and see to his plans and stuff, and we helped people to pay their school fees, help people to improve on whatever they wanted to do, open shops and attend more school. That was his main aim. For his help and everything, we just want to say thank you, John Armah, for what you've really shown us.
Now, John, I can see that your family is proud of you. I mean, I'm even proud of you. Now, tell me, your cousin did mention that when you came to them with the idea, they were turning you down in a way, like telling you not to. Now, to all those out there whose ideas have been shot down at one point or the other, what do you have to say to them?
Well, this is what I'll say. An idea, okay, highly resilient, highly contagious. Once an idea has taken hold of the brain, it's difficult to eradicate. An idea that is fully developed, fully formed, fully understood, that sticks right in there somewhere. Is what can change your life. So if you're watching me now, I tell you that pray to God for that idea that can change your life, and make sure that there are idea killers out there who can kill that idea that you have. But do not give up. Fight for that idea, develop it, and think through, like my brother said. And then let's see you change lives in this country.
Thank you, John. I think that's a brilliant idea. Do not let people turn down your ideas. Fight for it. Keep fighting for it. Now let's take a quick break. We'll be back shortly.